Hey everyone, welcome back to Sailing PYTISS. Today is episode 3. In the last episode, we told you a little bit about how we started sailing, and we ended on getting into the polar bear regatta. Our first one was quite miserable, but now things are better. We've had a few wonderful regattas, and we're quite enjoying the people we're meeting and the experiences we're making. Today, we are taking you with us to the Vancouver Boat Show at the end of January 2023. And after that, we will take you to our very first sailing course, our 5-day liveaboard. But let's start at the boat show. Well, there's a lot of big powerboats that are fun to play around in. They're massive and have so much space. But we weren't really interested in the powerboats. One of the reasons why we went to the boat show were the seminars. They range from where to anchor and what to look for in a surveyor if you want to buy a boat, to travel journeys where people that have traveled the world or the Pacific tell about their cruising journey and what they've experienced. And then there's the floating boat show. It's dominated by powerboats, with a few sailboats here and there that we of course had to check out. One of the boats that stole our heart right away was the big catamaran that they had on the show. We loved the space and dreamt of one day sailing our own catamaran around the world. It had a beautiful interior and lots of space. To dream. So this is the boat from the Blue Water Cruising Association, and it's supposed to be all ready for ocean cruising, the Sailish sequel. So it's look at this furling mainsail. That is really cool. It's like a 1980s boat. Really well laid out. It has this dinghy in the back. Solar cells on the top. Very cool setup. Very cool setup. Over the next few days, we continued going to seminars and checking out boats. We were definitely hooked, and we couldn't wait to go sailing ourselves.
And so we thought, let's try learning how to sail one of these bigger boats. And that's when we signed up for our very first sailing course with Simply Sailing, which was a 5-day liveaboard where we would learn how to sail while living on the boat. And we were super stoked about it. And so the day had come, March 27th. We locked the doors, left the cats with the cat sitter, and headed to Gambier Island to hop on to the very first boat where we're gonna live on and start our journey. Surprisingly, March was a pretty nice sunny day for March. We had beautiful conditions, enough wind to go sailing, so we started on a beautiful day sailing, and we couldn't believe how nice it felt to be on the water, experiencing this together, learning how to sail, and heading up to Bowen Island, where we anchored for the first night.
Bowen Island is a beautiful little island just a short trip away from Vancouver. With its small, quaint marina and nice little restaurants, it was a perfect stop for our first night.
So we grabbed dinner in one of the local restaurants and headed onto the boat for our very first night sleeping on the boat. The second day, we could not leave Bowen Island, so we stayed at the dock learning how to practice docking the boat, which was not as bad as we thought it would be. And then on the third day, the conditions were finally in our favor, and we headed out sail again and making our way.
For our third night, we headed to a beautiful, quiet little anchorage and enjoyed a barbecue on the boat.
The third night we anchored, and where there was only just us and another boat. One of the things that we fell in love with was going to sleep and waking up on the boat to the glassy waters, feeling like we're the only people on the planet. Was pretty special, waking up to beautiful sunrise and being able to enjoy the calm before we start our day.
On our fourth day, we continued sailing towards Gibsons. We learned how to do man overboard and kept practicing our sailing skills.
In case one of us is in the water and needs to be rescued ASAP.
That was also the last day that we had beautiful conditions. For the last day of our course, we had to head back to Vancouver, and the weather definitely changed. It was gray, it was cold, and the sea state was kind of rough.
And that was the very first time I experienced the miserable seasickness. But we were thankfully ready. I quickly popped up some pills and tried to sail back.
The conditions were quite bad. So bad, in fact, that I actually broke one of the windows of the Dodgers with one of the lines on the boat.
Thank you guys so much for watching our third episodes. We are thrilled to be making these videos for you and to share our journey and this exciting adventure we're on. We're so happy that you watched our video, and make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss our next videos, which are gonna also include the Boat Show 2024, that we have some exciting content for you.
And thank you so much for everyone who has already subscribed, who has watched our previous videos. Of course, we're gonna link them here on the screen for you, and we'll see you all next week.
Yes, and with March 2024 approaching, we are pretty excited to start sailing with our own boat and start our journey sailing in BC. Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.